Hi, I'm Melissa Allen, and I'm one of the founders of ExamFacts, and I wanted to tell you a little bit today about why we created ExamFacts. So for several decades, I was working in ICUs as a respiratory therapist. I've worked in 3 states, Texas, California, and Arizona, and I've worked in a lot of really busy ICUs, PICUs, NICUs, as well as adult critical care and trauma. And as I was working as a respiratory therapist, I was also raising a family. I have 4 daughters. Most of them are grown now. I only have one left in high school. And a lot of the time I work night shift. Every winter I would be strong-armed into picking up overtime, and it was nice to have that overtime every year. But throughout all of this, I was busy raising a family. Now, everyone isn't crazy enough to have 4 daughters like I am, although I know a few of RTs out there that are in the same boat. But a lot of RTs have amazing side gigs. I know an RT who wanted to become a helicopter pilot, and now he's actually the pilot for the transport team instead of the RT for the transport team. And I know a lot of RTs that do crazy things like skydiving. I know an MMA fighter. I know race car driver. I know a lot of people are involved with their kids' sports, coaching basketball, coaching, traveling with traveling baseball, traveling dance teams, cheer teams, things like that. And then there's also musicians, artists, all sorts of things along the spectrum. And then RTs are amazing, not only in the field, but we have a lot of amazing side gigs. There's a lot of things that people do out there that is their passion. And because of that, it is not always easy to get CEUs that you necessarily need. So this is one of the reasons that we created ExamFacts. I personally hadn't been to a lot of conferences when my kids were young. I started going about 4 or 5 years ago, and especially when I started going to some of the national conferences, did I start to learn some of these things that I had suspected all along in my own practice, in my own little corner of the world. But it was really nice to have that validated and to get some new information, get some information that I could use in the ICU the next week, information that I could spread to my department. And a lot of this stuff was really new to me. And I hadn't realized how much I had been missing by not being able to go. And it's just a fact, when you have a busy life, you don't necessarily have time for conferences. And hey, let's face it, they have nationals every winter. I don't know about you, but I picked up a lot of overtime every winter. There was really not much time for anything else. So that and sick kids, right? So in spite of the fact that I didn't have time for conferences, it's something that I felt that I was missing. And once I started going, I realized that it was the fact that I had missed a lot of information, a lot of things that were really cool that would have been nice to know previously. And my career is really important to me, right? My career as an RT is important to me. I feel like I want to be up to date. I want to stay ahead of the trends. I want to stay on top of new evidence and don't want to be practicing old respiratory care, right? That's why we created the ExamFacts CEU division. We're providing conference quality, up-to-date CEUs at your pace, on your time, at home. We also have specialty CEUs, including neonatal pediatric specialist, asthma educator, adult critical care specialist, COPD educator, RRT PFT, and RRT SDS, sleep specialist. So because of this, you're able to have these advanced credentials and not necessarily have to go to every conference every year, every other year, when maybe your lifestyle just doesn't allow it. because I don't know about you, but my lifestyle just didn't allow it more often than not. So that's the purpose of us here at ExamFacts, is trying to connect you to learning on your terms. Thank you.